Good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning, depending where you are. Right, someone's going past me, but I follow and stuff. Don't know who it is because I haven't got my companion up. So tonight I'll be doing the Zwift Insider races and maybe the FRR. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm doing the FRR individual time trial race after this, but I'll see. It's very confusing to sign up. I tried to sign up for my team, but it's got me in a different team, Spectre or something. True, James. Very true. I haven't ridden much this week actually, so I need to do a lot of riding anyway. I've got to do a spin down. My trainer hasn't done anything. Nah, James, because I'm probably riding for a different team anyway. It doesn't matter. Unless Carl sends a very angry email. Carl. I better do a spin down. Oops, I don't want to type. I want to do that. Skip. Alright. Zwift might stop for a second while I'm going to my pairing, my training app I should say. I like the Zwift Insider races because you do smash yourself, but it's a different effort. Settings. Can't speak. I keep forgetting to check this power smoothing. I'm going to change it 1 second tonight. See if I can get a better super tuck. Trainer calibration. Yes, I want to start. Why am I in such a easy gear? High gear. Anyway, here we go. 33. I've already done my pedals. How's my sound? It was all different again when I got in for some reason. Okay, back to Zwift. Back to don't want you. Okay, that's better. I was in like my 12th tooth. This one Zwift is weird. Why am I facing crooked too? Where are you going, mate? It's like F1 start, isn't it? I'm trying to cut him off before the corner. We're going right, so why am I going out? Going around the outside. I haven't really done a warm up. This will be the warm up this first race. Don't need a warm up when I go to do 4 races and time trial. What's the power up on this first one? Draft boost. Last time I did this course, my heart went stupid. It's a bit warm here today because it's very humid. We've had lots of rain. Someone let me know if someone gets into the burrito chat on Discord. Piglet's warming up and David's trainer. I'm not saying I'm doing well though, David. I could just do crap. I can just ride these zone 2, can't I? If he's not there, you got to jump on for him. Hey Phil, you doing the FRR series, Phil? I don't know if I am, but I'll see. All right, first race. First race warm up, here we go. Josh is in these races, so I expect him to do really well. He's been trying to qualify for the World Champs. I think he'll make it. Alright, get a bit of speed up here. Yeah, I saw that, Phil. You did it with Kyle in his first race, first TTT. There's that new pack dynamics, which I can't do because it's 11 o'clock on my Monday night. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. All right, let's go. Good group. Here we go. Got to time this right. It's a little bit late. Where's Josh? Nice on, Josh. Just went slightly late. plenty of time till the next one. Yeah, I feel it's pretty close. It's one of those ones where that sprint I need to time it perfect. I was coming through maybe a second earlier, but first race. Good warm up now. I haven't watched the Grand Prix yet. I'm going to watch that tonight, maybe. What is everyone saying? Did the format get less confusing, or did it just stay confusing? Get to my 5. It's interesting that climb, no one went full gas. Everyone was just waiting for the sprint. It was a big group. Actually, what was my... It's alright. Yeah, Phil, the race before a race. I was going to remember to change the TT bike, don't I? What the TT? Okay, so this one is bell lap, 3 laps. And we've got aero. I hate it how it always enters me on the chat first. Should be 0. Was it just 300 meters from the start pin? Yeah, thanks Kyle. Those not following along, I tried to enter the FRR race tonight in Burrito. It has my team as Spectre. I can't change it. It's very... well, a lot of admin if they have to do it all through email. Unfortunately, I'm in the team now. Kind of hoping that they'd say no. Peer to the start banner. Jesus, that was the race that Peter did, wasn't it? But he gave up on because it was too long. I like that race right now, rather than 3 of these laps. One of the things that people do, which is always explained in people do Zwift videos, they start pedaling like mad with 5 seconds to go. I think that's because beginners will just sit there and not pedal. So they get told to start pedaling 10 seconds before the race. But then people take it into the next level. But if you're doing this, You then start going hard 5 seconds before the banner drops. But it's such a waste of energy. I think a lot of Bs and Cs do it. In reality, you can just start pedaling like this. 71, 70, 66, and then drop the hammer as it hits 0. I really should make a video about that, but I can't be bothered. Lazy YouTubing streamer, because I don't get paid enough money or any money. So F to that. Well, speaking of caffeine, not that I've got any, but I better drink some of my sugar. Otherwise I'm going to pay for it in the next hour. I've got 140 grams of sugar in here. I might not be able to drink all of it during the races, but I'll also drink it after the race while I'm cooling down. I'll definitely burn through more than that for these races. There's a lot of dead air time, isn't it? 3 minutes to go. That's what I was thinking, Katie, in terms of, I wonder what they would have been doing if people were just doing 1,000 watts with 5 seconds to go. I'd definitely err on the side of caution and start sprinting with 2 or 3 seconds to go though. Ramp it up from threshold. But in a normal race, is what I'm talking about, but I was thinking about it for that 300 metre sprint. You've got to be careful though, because 300 metres is still a long time. If you start sprinting with 8 seconds to go, you're already gassed before you even start moving. Well, I would be anyway. My maximum power would have well been gone. So aero for this one, we're going right. Yeah, James, I've got mine set to 1 second. Just for one of those reasons. Because, as you say, if it's 1 second to go and you start giving it full gas, you leave the pen thinking that you're still not doing many watts. Which is probably what I should include if I ever got around to making that little explanation. Hey Mick, welcome to the stream that's not private this time, well, unlisted. Don't think anyone's going to be, well, I've got no real tactics here. And even if they're watching, the tactics are pretty, you're not going to be able to watch the stream and know what's going on before I do anything. Speaking of tactics, so we go right, don't we? It's anti-clockwise. We've got arrows. Just thinking, save the arrow for after the descent through the cobbles. Push on the front just a touch. See what happens on the last lap. It's not like the first time we did this course where you can see everyone in the course. That was mad. Speaking of which, what's the sound like? Not that it's mad, but my voice is pretty quiet. It's always annoying. If I turn it up, you can hear too much of my training noise. Let me know if my voice is too quiet, I'll just shout louder. Yeah, Mick, oh shit, I better get ready. Speaking of pedaling, go. Cheers, Grant. Welcome to the stream, Grant. Where are you from? I think you're new, aren't you? Or you're a lurker? Could have been here before. I'm very bad with remembering stuff like that before. Did we not get a power up? Look, I was talking to Grant. I expected to see a power up. I'll blame you, Grant. Jinx the stream. Okay. There's a bit of a break here. Not much. Just a couple of rows. Hey Gunnar, how's your legs feeling? Still gonna get a bit of a tip tuck here. Not quite fast enough, am I? That's good enough. There we go, I've got a super tuck. Beans, BNE ice. I say BNE and I think Brisbane. I'm sure gun on you, madman. My heart rate monitor is working fine today. I have pretty high heart rate. So I've written since Tuesday. One of the reasons why I'm doing back to back races today. Alright, power up. There we go. You got the Rona, Grant, or just the regular old germs? Yeah, there is Brandon. The two brothers, I've noticed. Speed skaters, I think they're short track too, aren't they? It's absolute powerhouses. Everyone's using their arrows now. Katie's all over it. She'll set up a Zwift private investigation. Wave Katie. Alright. Use my arrow after this descent. Probably not worth doing that for the last lap. Just save it for the sprint. Hopefully they don't get on too well, Grant. Alright, come on, arrow. There we go. Bit worried out. Well, someone's attacking. Good luck to him. Barun is strong. Where's Josh? all under control. One second of it. Not bad. Where did I go? 15th. Tracy, Kashmir, Josh. That's Mark. Oh, Broom was the one who let it out on the last lap after the banner. Actually, where's my mom at power then? Pretty good. So it's basically a 1 minute, 2 minute effort. Yeah, Mick, but I need to come through with pace. I need to build momentum, as you can see. Build momentum here and then kick. So that I don't hit, if I kick through here, I'll hit the front and go backwards. I keep forgetting to put burrito. Okay, what's this next one? This pen. Oh, New York. I think I know which one it is. Harlem Hill. Finished at the sprint banner. Oh, that's right. This is the anvil. God, I hope I get the anvil this time. I didn't get the hero the first time through the banner. Pot bank descent. Then it's quite a long time after that though. Cheers, Katie. It's above average. I'm happy. Anything top 20 in a field like that for sprinters, always happy with it. When you see the class of the sprinters, when you got the two Tracy brothers, short track. Cheers, Phil. You off for a ride? How many are in here doing the FRR in just over 30 minutes? Unfortunately, I am. I was sitting there this morning in the library watching Whitney drag a bait in the rain. And then I saw David talking about Piglet riding on his trainer to do the individual time trial. 2 laps, well, 1.5 laps of Bologna, 2 times up the hill. For some reason I thought that would be a really good idea. When I'm sitting in a nice leather couch looking out the window with my coffee. That's a brilliant idea. I figure doesn't really matter the worst case scenario. I struggle through it. It's not a. As I do more Zwift races, I become less and less concerned about the results. It's just a bit of fun. So that. Oh, what are we talking about? Wheels. We're talking about wheels, something, or are you going to ask about wheels? So the TTT, go full TT. Best wheels, best TT. I've done tests. You make up so much time on the flat, but on the hill, if you change wheels, you might make a second or 2, but even just from the start to the top of the hill, TT bike with the disc wheels are the fastest. If you change bikes, ignoring the swap, I think the Athos with the Rovals might only be 8 seconds faster or so. So definitely go aero. Yep, exactly. So you go downhill, you don't have to worry about trying to get into super tuck, you just pedal 50 watts. And then you're going to make up so much time on that flat back to the hill. If you're really concerned about the hill too, you just ride a little bit easier on the flat with the aero bike for the same speed. Okay. Did I take that screenshot? Take it again just in case. Okay, so this one we go right, clockwise, up that steady hill. Got no idea what it's called. Everyone knows this course. We get, yeah, Mick, I'm going to do first, leading into the first climb, I'll do just below threshold. And then try and go as hard as I can up the climb, try and recover under the descent, see how I'm going on the flat. Quit as I get to the other end. No, I'll go. But my theory, well the theory is, heading towards the first climb, you should be able to ride just below threshold and not hurt your high intensity energy. Because you're riding below threshold, right? Maybe zone 2 or zone 3 on the last bit. I don't think I'm doing tomorrow. I'll see. Pay attention, man. Here we go. Hey Michael. David, has Piglet arrived? Or is he doing a Kyle? Come on, have a yes. Who's used the bad one? That's got to be a sweat selection, surely. Sucks to be you. Another one. Another fourth. Let him go. I think so, Katie. Should be like 20 without an elbow now. Hey John. Marco. Lost that front grip. I might as well sit up. It's just a little bit late on that arrow. Trying to play it too cute. One more second, it would have been good. I was just trying to be too cute. That's good though. A little rest. What I was trying to do, yeah, Michael, I did want to hit it early and be at the front as it started going back up. So I just held it. Thought to myself, just wait longer than you think. But what I thought was probably the right time. Had good pace. You could see how fast I was coming through the group. Problem was, there was another group down the road. Pulled my pants down. Next time, well, I deployed it just as we started going down the descent, wasn't it? Like 10 minutes before, I think. Yeah, but I know that mix, so I already played to that anyway. It is a little bit faster because I changed the Dorito power smoothing to 1 second, so it is engaging a bit better now. It was just, I didn't time it right. That's all it is. Let's see one that Josh was going to do. Similar to me. Probably got it right though. Yeah. Nice one, Josh. Oh, Mark. Good effort. Interesting to see when he did it. Tracy, Leeson, Kirschmar, Brune. Yeah, all the guys you expect. Might not have been bad timing for me, might have just been shit. Okay, Marco. See you later. What am I doing? Menu. That little peak. 1,000 lights on them and I'm not going anywhere. And novice, isn't it, Katie? How dare they have good legs on me? It's not fair. That'll do that one. So 2 photos. It was good fun, that course. I got my ass kicked, but something different in terms of tactics. Next time I should get it right, I hope. Oh, 19 minutes. Jesus Christ. This is a long course too. Lucky I had that. Easy finish. Oh crap, I've got to enter it. Not that one. Companion app, or is it just... Oh, there we go. I did this once for the ZRL race. I had to go back in and get my race pass. Tiny race, 1 of 4 or 4, yep. The worst thing about the ZRL one, if you do that when you race pass when you're doing a TT, I think even with the Thursday TTTs, if you do it after the pen drops, you're not allowed in. So you got to be real careful with that. Rightio, so this is park perimeter, no power ups. Ending at sprint banner. God, I hope we get through this fast. Otherwise I'm just quitting the event. I better get some sugar into me. Where's David? I need the update to see if Piglet's all sorted. Everyone's seen Piglet riding with Coco. Yeah, 140 grams. So doing, what's this, basically an hour's efforts. Sure, there's a little easy ones in between, but so that's over 100 grams of sugar or carbs. Yeah, I'm doing FRR after this. So then I've got another, what's that? 15, like a 40-minute TT? Something like that. So that's a crap load of carbs as well. So I've got 140 grams in there, so I guarantee my stomach can process that in 2 hours. You're talking about the FRR, John? There's 3 time zones. I'm doing the APEC one, I think. Yeah. Well, it's just literally white sugar. I put hot water in, something else. Cheap. It's got the best fructose to glucose. How do you say it? Got the good ratio of that. Crap load's cheaper. I'm hoping so, Michael, because FRR is very complicated. I went to join and I was in Spectre. Got no idea who Spectre are. I couldn't change it, so Kyle sent an email off for me and they're placing me in with Burrito. Burrito's got a lot of, very strange FRR. We've got lots of random people in our team because the organisers put them in there. Did the first, or second and third series. Yeah, I don't even know what's the deal with the TT. Is it just the TT? I think I'm not doing the other ones. I don't think. I'm only doing this because I didn't ride since Tuesday, so I thought rather than doing 4 hours of riding, just smash some races. Go on my Kyle Jackson training plan. Well, I told Kyle to sign him up because I looked at it and went, oh, Jesus Christ, what am I doing again? Big stomp on the pedals. I thought it was going to be more power than that. I was expecting to see 700 with that little stomp. This is basically the ZRL race all over again, isn't it? Come on boys, take me home quickly so I can recover for the next one. Yeah, Daz. I hate this finish with passion. You might have troubles too, Mick. If John's already signed up for FRR, they might have placed him in a team, like with me. So you have to email them once John's checked. It's a very annoying system. If they place you on a team, you should be able to change the team yourself. Yeah, well, it's actually a downhill finish. But you go past the lake, up the hill, then down the hill, into the finish banner. The same one we did the ZRL on with the ambles. Except no power-ups today. We didn't go through the banner. We got Harlem Hill coming up after this long descent. Try and get super tuck early here. Don't get on the front. Always momentum. Yeah, David, where's Piglet? Is he on your bike yet? Or your trainer? Creaky trainer today. FRR is after this joint. APEC, it's in 10 minutes. I think you can do 1 in 6 hours, something like that. You don't have to do today though. You can do whatever events you want. There's one tomorrow, stage 2 tomorrow. That's why I'm not doing it, Katie. How does it, Mick? Well, if you're registered though on previous race series, I'm sure John did FRR before. I was already entered. Well, the rain's enough for me to say no. Someone's off the front. Someone else is going. Katie's teammate. A little super tuck here, I think. Yep. The rider's gone, hasn't he? Well, he's better to stay in the group like he has, isn't he, Katie? A little super tuck here too, I think. Towards the back of the group, mate. Good positioning for a sprint though. At the back. Coming through the momentum. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Okay, Pete. I love it when I see the chat and I'm like, oh God, I should have done that. Hey Whitney, I've got one more race to go, but it's a long one. Shush. Yeah, I'm last year. Whitney's run away now. She's jumping down almost not my Wanderer River. Cashman, I got you. Where's that GIF? Or just the sticker? David always posts. Don't know how big Cashman. I think you just called it a day. Certainly won't. It's probably an FRR, isn't he? Kick my ass in that. No thanks. I've got to make sure I change bike and crap, don't I? I try to get that second kick as I go over the hill. Good on speed. Could have gone to super tuck, I suppose. I'll be about 45, 50 minutes. Garage. Frame. I'll just put the microphone on mute. Whitney wants to say something. Whitney's just talking about what we'll have for dinner. She wants Luxa. Where am I? Okay, entering this race, aren't I? I'll be at the back of the field. I don't know how that, I think that counts, doesn't it? So it's kind of crap. But hey, get a new new recording going for this one, so I don't confuse myself. Oh, it's not even. Are we doing? Is it event bikes? Is it? People just don't have very good bikes. Usually it says it in the intro. I'll say that Go 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 was for the TT. Peter, not the sprint. Hey Paul. Is it just because everyone's got crap bikes they don't have the right one, or is it because it's an event bike? I'm staying on whatever I've got. Oh no, it's the event bike, you can choose wheels. Is that what everyone kept on talking about wheels for? Okay, makes sense. I was wondering why there's so much chat about wheels, not about bikes. I've done my research, Katie. No stone left unturned. This is probably the most warmed up I've ever been before a TT race. Yeah, I was wondering why everyone was talking about what wheels to use. Could also be the glitch, Paul, because sometimes someone enters a race. I see there's a lot more now. When someone enters a race, sometimes whatever bike they've chosen with the bike it shows, and then when they're in the pen they can change bikes but you won't see it. Sometimes you will, sometimes you won't. Katie, I'm with Burrito now. Kyle's got me going. I don't even know Spectre R. I don't know how good my TT will be here. I feel like rubbish, but as I said, I never actually warmed up for a TT before in my life. I was on such a low gear then. Alright, calm it down, you Fruit Loop. Looks like I'm near the front, but I'm nowhere near it. Hey John, how'd your races go? I'll put on a 3-second smoothing for the TT. Doesn't look like it's 3 seconds, does it? Last one, John. We're winning the 4th race. Excuse me. It's very hot here today. She's been. Got let's pick that going. Yeah. Comes the pain soon. I'm dying badly. Thanks, guys. That's on the energy after those races. Train time, man, train time. Cheers, Paul. Wish I was too. That day's up. 122. Cheers, Nick. Oh God, car's full of food now, guys. I'm done. Cooked. Too many races. Come on, Phil. Give me a break. I'll try and hold 300 long here. 250 maybe. Maybe 250. I'm rooted. Thanks, Phil. See if I recover. I should recover, but I don't have the what's on the next race chains. Thanks, Ben. Nice, John. Nice, David. Recovering here. Yeah, Sean, it is. And it's hurting. It is hurting so much. I've recovered a little bit. And I finished. I'm stupid, optimistic, all of the above. Sean. Can't see him. There's Piglet and James going. I can't see him. Don't know about that, John. I'm blowing up too. Too many races. not enough fitness. No racing this week besides CRL. And last week was an easy week too. I've got good 1 minute power at the moment, but not 2 hour plus power. Not with all the normalised power I've done anyway. I was a bit optimistic on the first climb. Tried to get to the top as fast as possible, and then recover. Even 300 hertz now. It's really hot here too. Very humid, hot day compared to usual. Using all the excuses for being crap. Thanks, David. I'll try. Not very well there, Scott. Not the only one, Venom. Not the only one. Oh, I got no idea, John. Ask Nick. All right, I'm done. It's too hard, isn't it? I done so far? Ghost. I'll go to Chris. Last one, James. Okay. Swifty. He's just kidding. Get there, you fuck. I'm so dead. So empty. So empty. It wasn't even a good 20 minutes. I went too deep here. I thought I could hold 400, but not after those races. I couldn't. Just had nothing there. I'm going to. Cheers, guys. Is he spinning my legs out, James? I just had nothing there. I sort of recovered on the way back, but I recovered enough to crawl up that hill. I put down an extra towel today, James. Got through 140 grams of carbs pretty easy. Might as well drink the rest of the electrolytes. How'd you go, James? Trying to jump on Discord? Let's have it chat. It's more fun than typing. Piglet, jump on Discord. I might just be left hanging on my own though. Oh. Yeah, you should, John. They're fun. Hey, James. Jesus Christ.
That went on longer than I thought.
When I caught you, I was like, oh, that's kind of odd. I was like, oh, I might have gone a bit hard on the flat.
So I ran my pacing strategy for exert, and I planned to finish at like breakthrough point. So I was pretty confident with my pacing, even though it felt pretty easy for the first like lead in. But
Did you get close or did you not quite make it?
I don't know, I haven't looked through all the data yet. Yeah. I'm still spinning down.
I went lower than I thought I could, because I've done, like I should be able to...
You've done the 4 races before?
Yeah, so I should be able to do 5.8 for 5 minutes. So I was like, okay, I'll just go up at 400. So I could do 400 on the TTs for 2 minutes. And that was way too optimistic. I got about 1/3 the way up, I was like, oh crap, this is not good. I just got a little bit easier and then it just got harder and harder. It's just I had too much fatigue in the legs from the 4 other races
Yeah,
with massive normalised power.
Definitely. I still haven't managed to get my average power over my threshold yet. I think it must be all the surges and then the recoveries.
That's the good thing about it. So it doesn't really. It takes into account all those little efforts over your threshold.
Yeah.
So your average power might not be, unless you sit perfectly on your threshold, which no one does. It takes into account those little digs that you do. And even if you sit 20 watts below your threshold, you're not really recovering 20 watts below your threshold.
Yeah. But I was pretty much sweet spot and then on the flat and then about 10 watts higher than my 20-minute power on the climb.
Yeah, so that was, I think I was 20 watts higher than my 20-minute power after those 4 races, which was way too optimistic. But it's streaming, isn't it? I've got to blow up.
I'll get the views. Cut it into a short video as well.
I was so dead at the end because it wasn't just that I went hard, it's just that I went hard with nothing in the tank, which just hurts so much. Cheers, Gunner.
Saw Piglet steamed away as well.
I'll be interested to see what his duels look like. See what David's reaction is in the chat.
Imagine if they're spot on. He's just dangerous.
David can do a video like what's his name? I've forgotten. The massive muscly guy that does running and cycling. I made a video about his Wahoo pedals. Oh no, his
yeah.
Garmin pedals being crap, and he got Wahoo pedals for free. David should make a video like that and get some free pedals.
He doesn't have 50,000 subscribers or whatever.
Yeah, that might be an issue. Gunner's in the next one with Katie.
It's a long one. I wasn't expecting it to be 42, 43 minutes.
Yeah, I did the tiny races and Whitney's like, oh, do you want to go and get Luxor? I was like, well, I'm going to be here for 45 minutes and I'm going to have a shower. So it's going to be 9:30 before we leave.
I feel sorry for some of the Ds as well. Like, I swear I saw one coming down the hill when I was going up the second time. I was like, you're going to be here a long time.
Yeah, a bit like me when I saw the A's coming down when I was only halfway up the climb.
Someone in the chat was like, oh, did they find a shortcut somehow?
Yeah, I saw that. And some guy talking about people at the front are going to pay for it. But I was like, yeah, but the people at the front are friggin' monsters. They won't pay for it. They're not going to get caught. I'll check to see where Mick went.
Are you doing tomorrow's race?
Hell no.
And the rest of the series?
That's why.
It's top, isn't it?
That's why I jumped in today. Yeah. I jumped in today because I figured the worst case scenario is I just ride at my pace. There's no way you can get dropped because you are dropped.
Yeah. Event top was pretty much just a TT anyway, because it's 10+%, so you're not getting much. You're not getting that much drop.
98. Yeah, but it's just that whole psychological thing of just nothing around. At least on this climb, you kind of see that you're moving, and then you say, okay, I'm halfway up the climb. It's a long way, but I'll be there soon. Psychologically, I hate Lorraine.
At least it's not the full thing. It's that halfway point.
Yeah, but then if you're streaming, Nobby's in the chat, tell you to go to the top.
I think that was me last time.
Most other streamers just go, okay, I'm like, no, fuck you guys, I'm going back down. You can ride to the top.
My video ran out of storage again. I don't know what keeps happening. I keep deleting everything. Sometimes I can get like 2 hours of videoing myself, and then sometimes it does like half hour and then goes, nah, I'm stopping.
That's a great thing about streaming, is you don't have to worry about it chewing up your memory. I can send you a link for the hack to be able to stream through mobile devices. through Streamlabs because until you got like 1,000 subscribers, you can't do mobile streaming.
Oh.
Who's that behind
Well,
me?
I think my internet's a bit dodgy for that. It takes about 20 hours to upload a
That's
normal
right.
video.
Yeah.
So I don't think it would do very well.
I think with streaming though, it's a better codec. Like if you upload a video, it's much slower. If I stream, it's just instant, whereas if I upload a video, it takes a long time. But I'm not sure because I haven't actually tried it with crap internet. Who's that going past me? Backpedal rider.
I end up spending so much time like lowering the frame rate, the resolution, compressing the video. I get it down to like about a gig file size from about 10, and it still takes an obscene amount of time.
Annoying thing about streaming as a low level like us too is when you upload it, it puts a crap codec on, so it even makes the stream look even worse. So the trick around it is to upload a massive like ultra high D video and then it puts it 1080p, but then you've got to upload a 20 gigabyte file.
Yeah. And one thing I like about your stream is that you've got the chat on the side. So if I miss your stream by a couple of hours, you don't get the live chat through YouTube, but you get it on your video. That's quite good.
Exactly. When I first streamed, I was like, this is so annoying because sometimes it takes almost a day, like 24 hours for it to upload, and of course people aren't going to watch it a day after. They want to watch it 2 or 3 hours. So I was like, okay, how do I put it on the stream? It's not as good as other people's, but I like that it's easy to read. It's not too flashy.
Yeah. Because half the time you end up speaking to the chat, you don't know what the chat said. You get like one half of the conversation. But
yeah, and the good thing is, if you've got enough knobheads like me, they have a conversation in the chat. I don't have to do anything. I just got to ride hard, and you get to watch what people are talking about, which is half the reason why I watch streams.
Yeah. I think that's one of the downsides of the way I'm doing it. Because it's like you don't get the human interaction.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'll try and get it live so that you have the number one knobhead David, well, I suppose it's the king and queen David and Katie in the chat.
I love a good stream.
In my tiny races, Katie was all over who the riders are. She should start up a business where you ask her who the Zwift riders are. She'll chase them down, let you know. I still haven't watched the Grand Prix. Did you watch it?
Bit. I still don't understand it. What's going on?
Yeah, that's what they were saying. I think the first bit, because the commentary don't quite tell you what's going on, or they don't understand themselves. I do like that it's different. It's so much better than the last, well, not the previous one, but the last year's CRL, where it's just a blob riding around until you get 3 riders going over the sprint banner. That's much more interesting. I'd like to be doing those races rather than the ZRL ones.
Yeah, because with a smaller pack, the break's more likely to happen, isn't it? So when myself or Kyle decide to attack, it's not brought back instantly.
Yeah, you can. If there's only like 15 riders, they can concentrate and they can say this is this rider, this is this rider, not just have a massive blob and they don't know who to look at. Often they're pressing on someone and someone else is attacked, and it takes them 30 clicks to get to the front.
The pack dynamics might stop our version of attacking where we go from the back. Because they're saying they want to make it harder for people to go through people, to make it a bit more realistic for outdoor riding.
Yeah, I was saying in the aero chat that I really hope they make it so on descents, they make the sticky draft, anytime it's minus 2% or more, the rider at the front has, well, 2-3 riders at the front have massive sticky draft. So no one can blast through them unless they're really pumping it, not just have the pack roll through. So then it's slightly complicated because if people get off the back, then they've got to try and work out how to make it so riders can get back in. But if they can make it so the pack doesn't accelerate down the descent, then attacks will work. Because basically what I do is I wait for a little descent, then I'll attack through the group and then have 10 kilometers an hour faster than the attackers and get back onto the wheels.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I haven't had any problems on the descent, but that's probably because I'm 30 kilos heavier than most cyclists.
Yeah, that's
but
the
then
thing.
you watch some of Phil's streams and Nick's streams, and they're just doing literally as hard as they went up the climb, going back down to stay with the group.
Exactly, like you and I, we can use the descent to our advantage. We can use it to roll through and get momentum. That's when we do our best work. And it neutralises people attacking, like the light climbers get away on the climb, but then they go down the descent really slow. And then we all blast past them, so they've got to sprint to stay in. Yeah, Marco. It's because I've got not a big sprint, but I've got a little bit of a kick, which makes a big difference.
What's happening in your chat? Yeah, Marco. 30 kilos heavier, but almost double the power.
Yeah, you do so well in ZRL just because you can sit in the group and not, like you just sit in the group, like it's slow as. So you sit in the group doing zone 1, zone 2, and then you can do your best work on the descents and really drag it along, or on the flat.
Last ZRL was so boring. I don't know if you watched it, but it was like literally zone 1 everywhere, and it just felt wrong.
Yeah, it was funny because everyone was stressing about that it might be really hard, ZRL, but the Burrito team was just a step above everyone else. We had good riders, but there wasn't strong teams. Burrito has, like, the 6 of you are all in the top 15 in the division.
Mm.
It's a fine line between being fun and being too easy. The first season I did it with Aero, and we're in Division 2. And it was fun for the first 2 races, but then after 3 races, it was kind of like, well, it's pretty predictable. We're just going to sit here, and when we get to the sprints, we'll just sprint and we'll get lots of points. There's no excitement.
But I don't have that big of a punch, so I like to make it hard all the way around. So I can do all right.
I hope not.
But if it's easy, you have people like Scott that just do 15 watts a kilo at the end, and there's just no chance.
Yeah, that's the thing with Piglet. Piglet hasn't got his kick, so he has to work the group down. That's why he does a lot more attacking, whereas I sort of back myself in the sprints. I don't have the biggest sprint, but I back myself. Okay, I go, okay, if I get to the sprint, I'll get a decent result. I don't need to go all in on attacks. Marco's talking about Premier Division. Marco, we got asked to go in that, what was it, James, the Underground Racing League? And I said no, because it's such a hassle.
Oh, that was because it was, you got a dual record and weigh in and do all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, like it's not the big hassle of the dual recording, it's just the hassle of doing, like, stressing about it. Like, you just want to get on the bike and ride for fun. And okay, we do well in the series, but is it going to be any more fun than any other races? Not really.
But my power meter's on my outdoor bike, so that means I'd have to swap cranks over, or not have power outside.
Look at the massive torch I've got on my bike.
It's a bit of
Jesus
a hassle
Christ.
for me.
If you see my stream, I've got like the world's brightest light on my bike. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you can do duals. Like, I always got dual set up because I don't ride outdoors very often. And if I do, I just jump on my gravel bike, and half the time I just use my heart rate because I'm not doing workouts. But it's just a hassle. Hey, here's Michael. See you in the stream?
I'm also worried if we go to duals, my kicker will overread.
Yeah, then we'll give you crap in the chat.
Much rather not know.
The burritos are more harsh on anyone than, like, we're more harsh on our own teammates than we are with other people. It's like with Katie talks about, like, the weigh-ins. I don't mind weigh-ins, but it's just the stress, like, okay, I'm not going to eat this today because I've got a race tonight. I don't want that stress. you do better if you weigh less, but that's not fun.
I know for like some of the sailing events, there's like weigh-ins before, and everyone's got set weight, and it's always, do we have dessert? Do we not have dessert the night before? How are we going to have breakfast? And not knowing, you don't make weight, you can't race, sort of thing.
Yeah, John. Yeah, and all around.
Doing that for Zwift, I can't imagine.
Yeah, exactly. Like as I've been saying for a long time, when I got into Zwift, it was really fun. I was trying to get higher and higher up, but then I realised once you get to a certain level, I had just as much fun in B races as I do now. Bad thing about B is you've got sandbaggers, but if you do a race that you think you did well, whether you win or not, it's just as much fun. Getting 1 point in ZRL when you don't normally get points is just as exciting as winning a ZRL that you usually do well anyway.
Yeah, I definitely like the team aspect of the ZRL. I think trying to work together adds a different aspect to it, rather than just those normal races where it's just all by yourself.
I wouldn't do Zwift anymore if it wasn't for jumping on Discord and talking crap with other people, because that's what makes half the fun. Like this race with individual time trial, I wanted to jump onto Discord, but I was like, well, what are we going to do? Not going to say much.
Just hear everyone breathing heavily.
Oh, the worst is you hear Piglet. All right, a little bit harder here, boys.
He's chatting.
All right, push on here. I am pushing, Piglet. I am.
It was when Nick was like, oh, there's just like my stream of the TT made it look so relaxed and easy, and then you just hear Piglet just chatting. I'm like, I want to see a video of Piglet riding to see. It just looks like he's doing his own one ride.
What about
as well
Scott?
As
Scott's the most relaxed. He's like, all right, yeah, boys, yeah, I'm on now. It's like, Scott, are you even riding?
He's just got that Amp Plus plot on like a random number generator.
Yeah, he's figured it out. There's like a lot of these knobheads. I'm just sitting on the couch eating ice cream.
Pretty sure there's a way to do that. Get a random number generator and just set it to oscillate around a set number.
Well, I haven't really looked that much. There's Simulate. I really want something where you can do that for checking time trials, so you can get 3 or 4 bots. Sort of like Zwift Insider does, but like a proper turn. So someone does 10 seconds and someone else does 10 seconds and 10 seconds and 10 seconds. That would be a good way to test that technique that Piggle and I are talking about. But I haven't found anything yet.
I think it would work, because
Yeah,
it's effectively what we done to get back on the group in the ZRL race. And we were doing like 54k an hour, 50k an hour. I know obviously it was for like 3-4 minutes, so you're not going to sustain that pace for a whole TTT, but on the TT or on a road bike you would be doing what, 47k an hour?
Yeah, but as you say, if the pack dynamics change, it might not work. But I'd like to do a practice again. You weren't in it when we did a Fuego Flats practice. The first time we did it just blew apart, because what happens is, okay, go from the back and then go to the front for about 10 seconds. But the pace would just get faster and faster, and you'd fall off the back and you couldn't get on. So then we went, okay, push from the back, and as you hit second wheel, start easing. And you'd still roll through, but then the person behind you would still be on your wheel, and you just keep rolling over the top. And the difficult thing is just pushing just enough to get through to the front without making the pack accelerate, which was the most difficult part.
Yeah, I can't remember who mentioned it, but they said something like having the meat in the sandwich. So you have someone or 2 people that are riding at threshold.
Yeah, that was me. I was trying to work out if it would be good having you, because you have such a good pace on the flat, or having Nick, because he's the lightest rider. And so it's just about having someone consistent, just sitting there doing 52 k's an hour or something, so we know what the speed we're aiming for is as we go past.
Yeah, it's just so you definitely drop like behind them, or yeah.
Yeah, so you just drop behind them, and then as you go past him, you ease up again, and then drop behind him as you go past, ease up again, just so we all know where we're easing. And it just makes it, I think it will make it a lot more steady, because, yeah, as I said, the first time we did it, I was like, this is really good, and then about 20 seconds later, it was like 60 k's an hour. We're all blowing up.
And I think Piglet said last time you tried to do it, have like turns, so you had like a turn order as well, and
yeah,
apparently that didn't work.
So what we did is like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and just follow through the same wheel. It was working, but it was just difficult. So we actually, I think, looking at the times, we were about the same speed on the flat as we were with the normal time trial. But that was our very first attempt at it. So there's obviously room for improvement. Then we did it on the so we decided to do it in descents because it felt easier. So the descents, it works better because you're using the, obviously you're getting the punch through. So that's why we do it on the descents now, because it's clearly faster for the less effort.
But surely if it works on the descent, it's got to work on the flat as well. Because the only thing that changes is the amount of draft you get.
Sort of, because when you hit the front on the descent, you hit a big brick wall, so you slow up quicker. Whereas on a flat, you punch through, like as you know, like sometimes you punch through and you go so far off the front that we lose your draft. Whereas on the descents, it's much easier to hold the draft because the person at the front just stops almost. But yeah,
you need to figure out how to change that.
I definitely think it is a faster technique. It just requires a lot more discipline, which is why no one does it, because there's very few teams that do a TT every single week with exactly the same team.
Yeah. We're
Cheers,
pretty
John.
close. But the teams change. A couple riders here, a couple riders there.
Yeah, like we keep the bulk of it, and Piglet's usually racing, or I'm racing if Piglet's not racing, so we usually have a very similar crew. And if there's any team that can really do it, it's us, because we're such knobheads when it comes to talking Zwift. We really break it down. Hey, Lee.
I do like the testing and the data analysis sort of side of it. I was running bots last night and stitching different segments together to sort of figure out what would be the fastest setup. That was a good fun hour.
Yeah, like I enjoyed it when I got my Amp Plus, and I was just like, okay, let's just check to make sure it's what I think is happening. Especially when you're doing things like the jungle. It's interesting seeing what bikes are faster through the jungle, or what the swaps are and things like that.
Because the problem with the Zwift Insider test, they're all done at 300 watts. So if you're doing a TT and you're pushing 500 watts at the front, you've got completely different results.
Yeah, the funny thing is he tests my height and my weight, which is hilarious. Well, actually I'm 76 now, I was 75. But he tests 183 centimeters and pretty much my weight, which I'm sure he changed. And I had a conversation with him last year when he was doing some testing for the new Athos. And I was like, well, I think some of your tests are wrong. And he realized that not so much that they were wrong, just that he was using Strava, which was 1 second. And so that can be a big difference if you just got half a second difference between wheels. And then I'm sure I don't know whether it was coincident or not, but I'm sure he changed his testing, and now it's basically what my weight and my height was. Could just be like because I'm average Joe, really.
Yeah. Yeah, good.
But the thing with his tests is I wanted to try and check not just steady power, I wanted to check, okay, if you go a little bit slower on the flats and then harder on the hills, how does it affect it? Because no one rides steady power the whole time.
Yeah, so that's what I sort of do with the stitching it all together. So I'll find a hill segment and then you just know how long the hill is and multiply it out.
Should I turn the music down? I think it's pretty loud. This is my ears. The other thing that I tested, which you saw, was acceleration, which I was really surprised. I thought for sure that the light bike and light wheels would have an advantage on acceleration more than it did. Maybe if you extrapolate it to vent top, where you're constantly accelerating with each pedal stroke, if you're doing 50 RPM, maybe over an hour you might gain some time. But I was really expecting a lot more time on that sort of sprint through Fuego from a stop.
Well, I think the difference between a lightweight bike and a ET bike is what? Kilo and a half maybe. So then that's 2% your body weight. Well, isn't that much, especially where the heavier one is more aero. So you get over 20k an hour, it'll be faster anyway.
Yeah, and you get to 20 k's an hour so quick.
Yeah, because they say that's one of the hard things that the engineers have struggled with the team, because the lightweight, you can feel the difference in lightweight, but you can't feel the difference in aerodynamics. But aerodynamics is much better than weight. So I think it obviously carries over because Zwift use roughly the same physics.
Yeah, because like when the bike's under you can push it forward, and it kind of feels like, oh, it goes forward so fast. But you're not pushing yourself forward; you're just pushing the bike forward. And as you say, the bike's just part of the weight. You're the bulk of the weight. So yeah, our acceleration is not like a car. I don't know what the G forces are when we accelerate, but it's nothing spectacular. Unless you're Scott.
It's like a kilometre/hour per second or 2 kilometres an hour per second. Nowhere near. Like probably like half a G, if that.
For like a second as well. Once we get to 10 kilometers an hour, I'm sure it's not very much.
One thing that I want to test is like out the saddle stuff, if that affects your aerodynamics. Mess around with the cadence to see.
I've done that already.
When you get out the saddle.
I did that. I lowered my FTP to like 100 so that my rider just sprinted everywhere, and did, I forgot what course it was, might have been Fuego Flats for an hour, and it was identical time to what it was in the saddle. Because I was thinking, I wonder if I get an advantage just by dropping my FTP and just sprinting everywhere and have more aerodynamics, but it doesn't make a difference.
Can you imagine doing a Zwift race?
Because you see sometimes like a lot of people who watch that Yo Mushy pedal thing, so they all put their FTP really low so they sprint everywhere, and it's so annoying to watch, but they do it because it's massive Yo Mushy pedal fans. And I'm thinking, are they getting an advantage? So that's why I checked.
Alright, anyway, I think I'm done, so...
Yeah, I'm definitely done too. Whitney will be getting cranky at me soon. It's 9:20 here.
Right, cheers.
Cheers, James.
See you later.
See you. You're racing tonight as well?
No, I might do a base ride later on, but that'll be it.
Bloody another 100 kilometres or something. Alright, I'll see you.
See ya, bye.
Alrighty, I should go. Thanks, Marco. Let me know if you do the race. Are you doing the race? I can't remember. I'll be on chats anyway, watching streams. I'll see you all later. Oh, my legs are so sore. That hurt. The tiny races or the FRR for back pedal. It's not very long till bloody ZRL starts. Yeah, that's what I'll be doing tomorrow, Marco. Just a nice, I think I might do an early morning ride while Whitney's asleep. Just do some nice zone 2, zone 3 over-unders. Have a good day. I'll catch you later.